Hey everybody, it's TK.
And Earl here.
And today we're going to take you on a tour of the town of Fort Davis featuring Limpia Creek RV Park.
Thank you to everybody who have already subscribed to our channel. It really means a lot to us.
This was really a great experience for us, a nice surprise, because our big focus during this round of RV living was Big Bend National Park. We were heading there and then heading back, and we were just trying to space things out evenly so it wasn't too long of a drive from place to place. And originally we planned on staying in Van Horn, but in Del Rio, right before we were headed to Big Bend, Brian bumped into a guy, RVer, who said, why don't you check out Fort Davis? And so he did. And then we also ended up finding this great park, Limpia Creek. We originally were going to be at a different park.
Yeah, the park that we were originally going to stay at ended up being completely booked by an RV group, and that led us to Limpia Creek, which I think was a really great decision.
Yeah, we actually checked out their park and we're like, ours is better.
Yeah.
Really simple park, very few spots, but really quiet. Great backyard of mountains.
Be sure to stop when you get into the park at the stop sign, as you see there, and she'll come out and guide you to your spot. She's really nice, really took care of us.
All the basic things you need, full hookups. We had laundry. Since we were staying later, it wasn't open to everybody, but she said, since you're staying later, just let me know what day. And it was just a flat price. And then we just got the key from her. We did our laundry. No dog run, but there were garbage bins for dogs spread out a little bit throughout the park, so that was nice.
They did have plenty of room to run around, which was great.
The price was right. I think one of the cheapest parks that we've been at, so it was pretty nice. We also had some guests. We had some deer and some wild turkeys.
In the mornings and at night, Velma would throw some corn out to feed the does and the fawn, and then after a certain while, the bucks would come and like kind of chase them out of the area. That was really cool because some of those bucks had really big horns, a lot of them on there. And then there were turkeys too. So I guess the turkeys went one way up the creek before we got there, and then she was saying, oh yeah, they're coming back. And sure enough, a couple of days, here come the turkey toms coming down the creek again right outside.
And beautiful stargazing. I think it was one of our best parks for stargazing because
one of the rules was you had to turn your lights off at night. You couldn't have the outside lights on, like the awning lights and that. And even the majority of the town would keep their lights down because McDonald Observatory was about a 15-20 minute drive away. And so they keep the lights down and kind of create that dark sky area. So there's no interference for the stargazing up at the observatory.
So Brian taught me all about the constellations.
Not all of them, but
a lot of them.
Quite a few.
We did stop by the McDonald Observatory, but we didn't do anything besides driving outside it because things were closed with COVID, and we thought we'll be back. Such a nice town.
The majority of the really interesting things to do there were unfortunately closed, so yep, couldn't do it.
What I particularly liked about Fort Davis is you didn't really need to drive very much. The grocery store was like 5 or 7 minutes from where we were. I think we walked more in that location than any other place except for Big Bend. We walked pretty much every day. We walked like all the way into town. A lot of really cute shops in town. There was a really great, what do you call it, soda fountain place?
Yeah, it was the Fort Davis Pharmacy, I think it was called. And yeah, it had the old-timey soda fountains and ice cream. It was even a hotel too.
You could stay there.
It was really cool.
And we came on the first day that we got to Fort Davis because I'm often very cranky on the first day we arrive somewhere because it's a long day. Like, I love traveling, but the cats are crying and you have to take down and set up and all that stuff. So I'm like, I want ice cream now. So we went there, it was perfect. And we're definitely coming back. There are a lot of really cute stores in the downtown area that we didn't check out, partly because they're open like during the day and we were working. There was like a strip of art shops that were kind of connected. There are also some art shops along the main road. There was actually like a reptile zoo-ish
like a
thing.
snake zoo or something like
Yeah,
that.
so, like, there are a lot of really interesting things along that road. And then of course the Fort Davis National Monument is actually right there, and I think that was like 2 minutes. That would be like 4 I don't know, anyway. Really close to our park. You could totally walk straight there, and we did. And a lot of those buildings were the initially built buildings. Like, I thought maybe they were all replicas, and when we went in, they explained, no, like, these are still standing. We did get to see some ruins too, and they taught us quite a bit about restoration and things like that.
Yeah, the valley that's behind Fort Davis, the wind really whipped and howled through there, and that's what caused a lot of the destruction of the buildings. And I think it was, you had to have like 50 or 60% of the building still intact in order to refurbish it.
To get funding.
Yeah, to get funding.
It.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it all by yourself. And a lot of the buildings are fine. The chapel building, I think, is not able to be refurbished because it's just like part of the floor and then the back wall. But yeah, really neat. We walked all over the grounds. There are also some great nature spots right in the area. We found a little walking path that actually like is this drive that's really, really steep and goes up this mini mountain. There are a couple houses up there, so we just went as far as we could. And we found out later from Velma that sometimes people actually got stuck.
Driving their vehicles up there, yeah.
It's so steep.
Yeah,
and it's dirt.
You had to have like a good 4x4 vehicle, because she said she's seen people towing vehicles up it, and they had to like back down and then go back up.
Yeah, really nice view from up there. It was definitely worth the hike, but we were pretty tired. We only did it once.
Yeah.
And then pretty close by is the state park, and we took the Skyline Drive trail that pretty much takes you from one end of the park to the other. Also super gorgeous. You get a nice view of the Fort Davis area. You can see the observatory in the distance too in certain spots. And it's really nice sloping hills, nice scenery, nice plants. Saw some people camping.
So that wraps up our tour of Fort Davis and Limpia Creek RV Park. If you want to see more videos of our reviews of campsites, please subscribe to our channel and leave a like on this video. And if there's any place you want to see us go to review, let us know in the comments.
I don't know what else to talk about with that, so
I'm out. I'm out of stuff to talk about.